Other comments from the public? Mr. Besnick?
I do have a few comments, thank you. Dane Besnay, 328 East A Street, right down the street. One of the things that keeps being mentioned up here is this is coming out of the general fund. That's not a fund that you guys have. That's money that comes from us. Comes from our property tax, comes from the sales tax. It comes back to the city for things that those of us that live here, those of us that shop here, those of us that do business, my wife's business, pay. That's our money. That's our money. It may be in your general fund or the city's general fund, but it isn't magical money. It comes from us already. The service that we get right now, and even before when Dixon Sanitary had it, they come around this morning on A Street at 3 o'clock in the morning. There are 4 people on my block that leave for work between 7 and 8 in the morning. They come so consistently in the early morning hours before we leave that you can see the pattern of the street sweeping. When they come around the corner, they go around our cars, and it's virtually useless. It's virtually useless. It doesn't do anything to clean the gutters. There's a huge sycamore tree across the street. Those people park on the street. They never get the leaves cleaned up. They never get the leaves cleaned up. Dixon Sanitary never cleaned the leaves because the time they come, everybody's home in bed. Now, for Mr. Archer, it's a good thing. No one's parked on North First Street at 3 in the morning when they come by, so his gutter does get cleaned. Mine never does. I can't remember the last time they actually swept my gutter. So we're paying for this already. And as much as I appreciate what Mr. Archer has to say, in this economic time, as you said, it snowballs. But why does it snowball on my back and my neighbor's back and my other neighbor's back? Why does it have to snowball on our back to pay, once again, a premium? Because we get what we get for $125,000 right now. Let Dixon Sanitary do it for $125,000. If they want the contract, let them do it for $125,000. We don't need to pay for their gloves and uniforms and stuff. We don't have to pay for them to change the oil in their trucks. If they want the contract, and if they want to do the street sweeping, let them do it for $125,000. And then bill us appropriately if that's what you're going to do. But why should we pay them $160,000 so that we have to pay more money? And the other part of it is the garbage that we put out, that's my garbage. When I put my toters out there, that's my stuff. What's in the street isn't mine. It comes from trees that don't belong to me. It comes from things people driving by throw out of their car. It comes from dirt from the farm vehicles. It's not mine. It isn't mine. Do I want my streets swept? Yes. Would I like them to come in the middle of the day when no one is parked on my block so they actually swept my street? Yes. Do I want to pay $160,000 for $125,000 worth of work and now me have to pay? No, I don't. It's not fair. Earlier, on one of the consent calendars, you raise the fees to use the parks to cover lighting and more. Every time we come here, every 2 weeks, there's at least 1 or 2 of these agenda items that you're raising, and it's only $1. Oh, it's only $5. Oh, it's only $7. Oh, it's only $2. Oh, it's only 95 cents. But as Mr. Charamello said, you nickel and dime and dollar us to death. The state's doing it, the city's doing it, the county's doing it. But why do you have to go? What's so special about Dixon Sanitary that they should get $160,000 to do with the same kind of equipment what somebody does for $125,000? It's really It's not fair, not in this economic time, not for me and not for anybody else. And I just don't think that I don't think it's appropriate. If you want to, one of the things about the $295,000 that the city gets, that part of that $295,000 comes from me because I pay for the garbage fee that franchise fee comes from. And so I actually pay that. I pay part of that into the general fund. It's not just general fund money. You can line item whatever you want, and you can categorize it however you want. It still comes out of my pocket every time I pay my garbage bill. My neighbors, my wife's business, Mr. Archer, everybody. We're the ones that pay that $295,000. So it's not fair to just keep rolling things so that we can maintain our employee pay, benefits, and stuff, and everyone is taking a hit. That's right. We're all taking a hit. We're losing the city hall for one day a month. That affects all of us. They take a pay cut, but it affects all of us. But you can't, as a legislative body, continue to find ways to cut the budget on the backs of the citizens, and that's all this is. If anything, at least keep it with the company you have and put it on my water bill. My water bill comes from the city of Dixon. I get a water bill of some kind. It's not rocket science to have someone program in there 50 cents for street sweeping to cover the 125. It doesn't take a whole lot of work. It's not a monumental task, and it just ups my water bill, and when it gets in here, they divvy the money. It goes to the general fund anyway. It's what it's going to go to. It's going to go and pay. It's going to go and pay and go and pay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I hear what you're saying, so if you could just summarize and bring that to a close.
To summarize, this is another irresponsible recommendation to you to raise money on the backs of the citizens for no appreciable gain in services.
And we've heard that. Okay. Thank you, sir.